Hi, this is Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch, and when I say Pleakley, I mean it's really pathetic 59-year-old Kevin McDonald from the Kids in the Hall, stupid head, and you're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee! Woohoo!
Jumbo, everyone!
Harambe!
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libation.
Feel it! And on this show, we invite you to feel the awkward silences.
Feel it!
That was weird. I had that little.
Yeah, that little lapse.
That's what happens when you take a week off. You got that rust.
I know. I got the rust. Maybe I'm just getting old. But look, MagicOurWay.com, man, that's where you can find all our stuff, man. This is the show in which every opinion is welcome. For this episode, we discuss my recent trip to Walt Disney World over Halloween weekend. And look, this isn't your typical polished practice pixie dust and Disney podcast, obviously. We're not in the parks every day trying to tell you how to sneak into that back room of Cast Connection.
No, sir, Kevin. We're here to drink, talk Disney, and help you get over those post-Halloween blues.
That's right. So while we keep your Disney mind thinking, we're just going to keep on drinking.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Lee. And if you want to take a trip to Disney during Halloween, I'm the one you should be seeing.
The Trip Queen.
Scream Queen! The one you should be seeing.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Halloween rhymes.
It does today.
It does now.
Unless you just held the E.
Hold it.
For a long period of time. I didn't realize that that's how it works.
You could be seen by
Okay.
scene.
Well, he's
maybe
matching my
helped.
awkward silence of length with sounds of length.
With
There's
I was just with an awkward rhyme.
Yes. I think that's what he's trying to do.
I'm with you.
Well, thank y'all for all y'all are still left after the first 5 minutes of the Magic Our Way podcast. Appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. Obviously, we are professionals.
And Lee doesn't drink. That's
You guys are the true heroes. So, guys, look, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get my trip report on. Graton. Hey, look, guys, we got a quick announcement. This comes courtesy of Captain Cajun, formerly known as Officer Mohican, Kirk.
Chavez.
Wait a minute. He's on the show?
Captain Cajun. No, he's not on the show, but
In spirit.
he wanted me to relay to all the listeners and stuff that we'll be doing our. We don't normally do a gift exchange around the holidays.
Okay.
right.
But he's going to post this in the group and everywhere else as the Magic Our Way podcast. But since we're on here, this is the first show of November. He wanted me to let everybody know that we're doing an ornament exchange this year. So we're exchanging ornaments that you could put on your
Is that
tree.
what we're doing?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was making that as a suggestion.
I think everybody seemed to go into it. So I don't know.
I did not.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't into ornaments?
No, I read it, but I did not. I did not agree.
Oh,
So it has to be. It's going to be an ornament.
I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
I'd like to. Could we have it to where it could be a choice of an ornament or an alcoholic beverage, possibly?
it could be.
I don't think they can ship
You could always
alcoholic.
hang a little, the little travel size bottles from your tree.
Got to
If
get
that
your
was
shot
someone could send that
glass
to you.
on that tree.
Oh,
Yes.
you could. You know what? No, I got an idea. Okay.
Eli's saying this because he doesn't have a tree.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't keep trees.
Oh, you want a tree? We can get you a
No,
tree.
I don't. I don't. That's
No.
extra work. That's
You want a dog?
no, that's
You want
more
a,
work.
You want a golden retriever?
I come here for that.
Oh.
I come here. Julie's awesome dog.
Oh.
But then I go home.
And then you leave it. So you like that uncle.
Well, until you show up, then she loves you more.
That's
So,
true. Yeah, I
you
take
know.
it off.
Yeah,
Anyway.
my dog's a bit of a hoe.
She's
Yeah, so-
lovely.
Yeah, she loves anybody. The hot water repairman came the other day, and my God, she was
No.
all up in his
She loved the hot water.
Oh, in his lap, like
Oh, man.
yeah.
She needed hot water too, so I guess she was helping y'all out on that.
You got to get in the hot water.
You got to apologize after a while.
I apologize.
I feel like what's the guy's name from Christmas Vacation? Randy Quaid.
Oh God!
Yeah, once it gets started, Clark, it's better just let him finish.
Let him finish.
Same with Julia.
Sorry.
She has needs.
Well, yeah, the holiday season's around, so we're doing an exchange of some sort. Maybe for just Eli, whoever gets Eli, maybe we could just send him liquor. How about
We'll
that?
figure it out. If that's,
figure it out,
that's
yeah.
what it wants to do, cool.
But watch for an announcement in the group on our Facebook group and everywhere else. Captain Cajun Chavez will post that and get the deets, and you could, if you want to participate, now's your chance. And one other announcement, man, is the beginning of our anniversary month. This is our anniversary. November's when we started.
It's our anniversary.
Official date is at the end of the month.
It was officially my anniversary this month.
It was a happy
the
anniversary.
Yes, happy anniversary to
Starts
you.
with his and ends
lovely
with
family.
yours. Yeah,
That's
15
amazing.
glorious years.
That's awesome.
Look
Well,
at that.
we'll slow down. It's
Oh,
glorious
my
15
bad.
years. Stop
Just
there.
oh, I'm sorry. my bad.
Yeah.
Just 15 years.
It's the Crystal anniversary. Y'all know that?
No.
Yeah.
Where'd you find Crystal?
Oh, on the corner.
On the-
meth.
On the
yes.
corner.
Yeah,
Oh.
yes.
On the
Walter White sold me my
Walter White.
Yeah, he sold me my anniversary gift. It was awesome.
Nice.
As long as you didn't have to fight Tuco for it.
Oh God, no.
It was just a bottle of hot sauce. Right?
Yeah.
That's what you gave
Some
him?
crystal.
You get some Crystal.
What the dark crystal, right? You have to fight, no.
No, I didn't have to fight any Skeksis.
Yes.
Any of those people. No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so we're going to be celebrating something. It's our 10 years.
Yeah.
So we're double digits now.
That's
so I
awesome.
figure, we'll do something. And official is like actually the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
When you
So
get
we'll
this
do something,
old and
yes.
out of touch, as people are wont to say, you need to celebrate every anniversary.
That's right, because we survived another one.
Yes.
Dang it. There we go. And of course, this is the cue, and this is the segment in which we get to discuss all the news and happenings in the world of Disney today. And on Friday, November 4th, 2022, Disney legend Alice Estes Davis passed away at the age of 93. Alice Davis is best known for her costume designs for It's a Small World and Pirates of the Caribbean. Also, she helped to animate Briar Rose, the lead character in Disney's Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. Alice Davis is a visual artist, which is a talent that came natural to her. When she was 5 years old, Davis won the all-city painting competition for children in the Los Angeles school system. At 5 years old,
Wow.
she won that thing. All of Los Angeles. Still, the fact that she would win it at 5 years old, that's kind of telling. It's the kind of person, or kind of artist that she would become, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. To continue that in high school, Davis won a scholarship to the well-known Chouinard Art Institute in Los Angeles.
The what?
I don't know if I'm spelling it right, but it's
Chouinard?
Chouinard? Chouinard?
Chouinard?
Chouinard?
Maybe it's Chouinard.
Huh. Sounds like a perfume for.
It is
Yeah.
French, yeah. It's
Oh.
definitely
Yeah,
French.
well,
I
if
don't know.
it's French, they do that
Yeah,
good.
then you spoke French.
Yeah. Have you heard of that art school out?
No, it's probably above my league, apparently. So,
Well, anyway, a side note, Chouinard, or I forget if I'm butchering this.
just, walk away.
It's now part of the California Institute of the Arts. Or Cal
Okay,
Arts.
Cal Arts.
Yeah,
I've heard
so-
of that.
Yeah, everyone's heard of Cal Arts.
It used to be its own thing, but then they absorbed it into Cal Arts, and which, of course, as everybody knows, is the well-known Disney associated higher ed institution, which is where the Pixar's inside joke of A113 comes from.
That classroom, yeah.
Yep, that famous classroom. And look, at Cal Arts, that's where she met her husband. And who knows who her husband was?
Me.
I know Danny does.
Ooh, Mr. Kata.
All right, Danny, who was it? Who was it?
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis. That's
Wow.
right. A Disney legend in his own right. And in a related fact, Mark Davis started working for Walt Disney in 1935. Well, as the story goes, in 1957, Alice Davis met Walt himself for the first time while she was out having dinner with her new husband. Of course, it was Mark. And then it was then that Walt stated that Alice would work for him someday. And that day came in 1962 when Walt's assistant called to ask Alice if she could work on costumes for It's a Small World for the 1964 World's Fair. And the rest is history.
Nice.
Amazing, right?
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. She had a great life designing those costumes, doing the animation, working for the company. In 2012, she received a window on Main Street, which whimsically states in 3 short lines, Small World Costuming Company, Alice Davis, and Seamstress to the Stars.
Nice.
It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Alice Davis stated that her biggest inspiration was her mother, who was also an artist and was Davis's teacher when she was a child. And I say this to give special shout out to Alice Davis's mother for encouraging Alice to pursue her talents. Thanks to that parental support, Alice left us with such an exquisite art which will be enjoyed by many people for years to come. thank you for what you shared with us, Alice Davis. You'll be forever remembered in the Disney fan universe.
See, you can't turn art to a career parent.
As long as you live in Los Angeles.
She had that kid.
That's a good point.
Yeah. You got to be in the right areas. I guess.
Yeah. It's all about location.
Alice Davis, absolutely amazing stuff. We could still see it to this day.
Kind of a bummer, man. So, and it's another one of those things where it just felt good to know she was out there.
I know. I'm thankful that she came and left us with what she did.
I just want somebody to go check on Bob Gurr and Rolly real quick. Make sure they're doing okay.
Oh, Rolly.
Yeah.
We should talk to him again.
Oh, yeah.
We should talk to Bob Gurr.
Ooh.
And stuff. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, you gotta get the knowledge of the legends while they're still here. And that's still a great age to live to. That says a lot.
I should be so lucky to have that, and to have done some kind of art that will stick around. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. Who knows?
It's happening right now, Kevin.
Is it?
Yes, you're painting your masterpiece as we speak.
Man, that's one of those things where I can't see the forest through the trees. Right? I'm so far in it.
Because you still paint.
I'm still painting.
Still
I'm
paint.
working on it. I'm letting the
You
flow
didn't stop.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Alice Davis, man, 1 in a million. Freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, as some of the Mohicans found out, I went for a quick jaunt down to Walt Disney World over Halloween weekend.
Oh, a Jaunt.
A jaunt.
Jaunt. I mean, I flew in Friday night and I flew back Sunday, and it was just a quick turnaround.
Hit it and quit it.
Hit it and quit it.
Damn.
That's how I did it. It was great.
In and out.
Found some good flights. And, the main purpose of this trip was to go, and I probably mentioned on the show, and is to visit a cast member down there. Actually, a college program cast member down there, which is my friend Lisa's daughter. That was currently working down there as a custodial cast member at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So we wanted to go visit, just say hey and stuff before, it all ends and whatnot for her. And so that was this trip. So it was a quick trip. There wasn't really much. I spent like a day in the park, in the parks. Actually, I bought a park hopper, hoping to maybe, hit all 4 parks, but that didn't happen. I only hit 2 of the parks.
Ouch.
Well, if you
Yeah.
leave Las Vegas, that would happen.
Yeah, I would. I'm obviously not.
No.
We got 2
Lee
done.
knows how to make that happen.
He
You got to get
does.
up early.
Really early.
Definitely got 2
Also have to
done.
be by yourself.
Yes.
That helps a lot too.
Yes.
Because you don't have people with like, I want to go do this.
Or you go with
So,
people, but you just leave them.
Yeah, it helps too.
Yes.
That's
I'll catch
effective.
up with you guys later.
That's why we call Lee the angel of the morning.
Angel of the morning.
Yeah, we just ask
baby.
him to touch our cheek before he leaves us. Yes.
Left cheek.
All
Yes,
the cheek.
All the cheek.
I
Yeah.
want both cheeks touched.
You want to feel secure.
You
when
want
leave.
equal opportunity
Yeah.
cheek touchage.
I would think so, yeah.
Is what you
If you're
say.
going to leave me.
Yeah, you gonna leave me? Tell me you miss me.
It was a fun, significant trip. Maybe not financially smart, but whatever. I was going for the experiences. I'll pay for that later.
Well, when is a Disney trip smart these days?
Exactly. Yeah. But the cool thing was the first time that we've flown to Disney in a long time. If you listen to this show long enough, I normally drive down there. It's not too bad of a drive, and that's what we normally do. But this is the first time that my kids actually flew, and it was kind of cool. They enjoyed it,
Oh,
and they
nice.
did great. Like, I have no stories. I have nothing negative. It was.
No one flipped out. I know you said one of your youngers was like, I don't want to.
She was worried. Yeah, my middle child, my Lily, was very, very worried about flying. All the way up until it, and then until we got into the airport, I don't know what flipped. I don't know. Maybe I bought her a smoothie. Maybe it was the beignets. Who knows? Because you can get that at our airport in New Orleans. So any weekends fly through, you can get some beignets. And
Whatever it was, you stuffed them full of sugar.
yeah, I got them some, and they're happy. They were good. They were quiet. That's one thing I was worried about. I was like, I didn't want anybody freaking out or crying.
Yeah.
But they were just having a good old time, looking out the window.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
It's exactly what it was, because it was sunny, and I was very thankful that we left during the day. We left like maybe 5 o'clock our time. So they got to see things. So they got to see the earth pull away. They say, "Oh, look at the little street. Looks like a little model." That kind of stuff. My oldest, she stuck her phone in the window and she was recording the entire thing. She was making a time lapse video.
Oh
and
wow.
stuff.
Okay.
So she was doing all that kind of stuff. I was like, "Oh, can you see out the window?" She's like, I can look through Lily's, like the window in front of us, because we sat in 2 rows because we're.
I was going to say,
family of 5.
you're like a 5-member family, so who sat with who?
I sat with the oldest, and the 2 younger ones sat with the mother. Why not? So we sat all the way in the back of the bus, because that's how I like to do it. I like to ride in the back of the bus.
Go from the back.
I go from the back. So it was cool, and it was safe. I figure I'll be far enough people in case they freak out. You'll be all right. You know, if they start freaking out, crying or whatever, we won't be too close.
Of
to
course,
people
though,
yet.
if they wouldn't freaked out, which is good that they didn't, everybody would have just turned and knew right where to look. Exactly. In the middle, it could have been like, oh, maybe it's that kid up there.
It could have been. I could have hid. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but there's no place to go. Plus the bathroom.
It was close to the bathroom, so that was a good thing.
That's the real reason why you went in the back, right?
I did, but
Tell the
I
truth.
did want to sit over the wing because you have that little group, nice little 2-seater and that 3-seater. I was like, oh, that's perfect for my family.
Yeah, but then you got to help people if there's an evacuation, and who wants that
Yeah, I
responsibility?
mean, I don't think you can have kids in that row anyway. So.
Oh, no, now you say that, I think you're right.
Yeah, so it's like maybe one day when they're older, I can.
Yeah,
Actually, maybe they may not matter by that point. I don't know.
they'll assist with evacuation.
Well, I'm glad no one was being Baracus then on the flight, so that's cool.
It was. I was very relieved.
Yes, I'm happy.
They were excited. You know, we flew in. The lights are on in the Orlando area, and they got to see things. So it was kind of a nice way to introduce their first flight.
Cool.
So it was great. So I was very happy about that. On this trip, I did experience a couple of firsts that I just wanted to relate to everybody, just because I've never done these, and maybe you guys may have tried this.
Sure.
One of the things that I experienced was the French fry flight. So if you think like a drink flight, think of like French fry flights.
Was that at Food and Wine, or is that something available at a restaurant?
This was at Food and Wine, so it was one of the booths, and I can't remember the name of the booth. I meant to bring the little card.
It's right there by Test Track.
It's right by Test Track, yeah, and that's where they sell. I think it's a fry basket. That's what it's called, the fry basket. And so they sell these like different types of French fries. And if you remember in July, I wanted to try it, but this was the booth that always had breakdowns, like their cookers weren't working, or they ran out of stuff, or they closed early and just wasn't happening. But I got a chance to finally get some fries and check out this place, and I was very pleased. I was like, this is a good little snack.
So the flights consisted of what different kinds of French fries?
It was 3 different types. First of all, the base French fry is a batter covered fry. So all of it's the base type, whether it's a sweet potato or a yuca or a potato, they're all batter dipped and fried. So that's the base. And on top of that, this is what they did. They put sea salt and malt vinegar was one of the fries in the flight. Okay, very, very typical Northern. They like their malt vinegar. Yeah, basic. It's like salt and vinegar chips. The middle one in the flight was a barbecued bacon fry.
Now we're talking.
Oh, boy.
Now
And
we're talking.
This was not the little thin crispy. This was like thick pieces of bacon with, I don't know how they cooked it, but it was I guess it was like caramelized barbecue sauce all over it, on the fry as well as on the bacon, just dribbled all. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm
dude.
getting hungry.
It was amazing. Like when you bite on that piece of meat, I was like, this is not bacon. But oh yes, it is bacon.
Yes.
That was thick.
There you go.
It was delicious.
There you
It
go.
was delicious.
Caramelized sauce.
It must have been caramelized. It had to be because it had a little crisp to it. It was both from the fry, but also from the barbecue sauce, the sugars in the barbecue sauce. But however they did it, it was freaking amazing.
Caramelized is a really good word. It's right up there with one of my favorite words. Not just one word. Like there's a bunch of different words that you just hear, and it's just like libations.
Oh, right.
Like just a great word. Like
Yeah,
you hear
libations.
libations, like ooh.
Even exercises your mouth.
Caramelized. You hear that, you're like
Caramelized.
ooh, like that. There's something about that. Like there, just certain words, just trigger like happy thoughts, and those words they're right up there with it.
Yeah, I'm like that with the word moist.
Moist.
Some people don't like moist.
Moist is a little aggressive.
I was going for
I
harmonious.
like moist. Moist is aggressive.
Like massage.
Massage.
That you can't help but feel good hearing that word massage.
Ooh,
It
payday.
feels like you're getting a massage when you hear the word massage.
I know.
Massage.
Massage.
Yeah.
Just we massage.
Massage.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
But
I like
there's
that.
just certain words that just have those soft consonant sounds that just sound comforting. Libations, caramelized. I mean, that does it.
Massaged. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can help. The third one I think is kind of like a dessert fry. There's only 3 on this one. And the third one they call the sweet potato casserole fry.
Yeah, it's too.
That's
busy.
a lot.
Yeah.
It was there was a lot. It was busy. It was probably maybe my least favorite of the 3, but I could see it as being like maybe the dessert option of the 3. You know, it is just like you would think. I mean, we're coming around the holiday season, Thanksgiving and stuff. People making sweet potato casseroles. Think of that casserole. It's on the fry.
Yeah, but that's gonna do like cheese fry needs to be one of them.
That's like a good cheese fry.
Good
Yeah.
cheese fry. Yeah. Oh God, was there a bad cheese fry?
You know, let me think about this.
If cheese fries have been sitting out too long, they're cold now, or something like that.
Yeah, because when you
yeah.
pick it up, it's like a whole clump.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would do cheese fries with like real melted cheese, all over the cheese fries, or with the nacho cheese.
Yeah, that good plastic cheese. That's fine. No problem.
Cheddar
that would've been-
cheese. Ooh-wee.
They could have made that 4 fries in that flight and added the cheese thing.
Oh God.
Because I'm not looking at my list. I was like, yeah, they didn't have a cheese option.
Yeah, the cheese.
Oh,
the cheese
that's
fries
wrong.
should have been.
It could have been a good cheese. It could have been a fry. I like the feta fries at the Greek Fest here in New Orleans.
Oh God, feta fries. That would have been great.
Dickens out of that.
Now, did you get to choose, or did they say like this is the 3 that comes with?
I think it's the 3 they come with, right?
Yeah, I didn't ask if they rotated, but that day that was the 3 that I got.
Because I'm trying to remember, because we got the same thing, me and Joshua, when we went, and because we just needed something like quick to eat. And you're right, like even if you like sweets, that sweet potato sounds good, but it's just a little too much.
It's a lot. It was very sweet.
It is. It's a.
I'm not even a sweet potato
Remember
fan.
if we got the same thing or not? Because the salt and vinegar sounds familiar, but the middle one, I don't remember ours having the barbecue sauce, but I could be remembering wrong. 'Cause,
Really? Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to remember, but one of ours was definitely a yuca fry.
Oh, that was a separate option. That wasn't part of our flight.
So maybe I got that. Maybe I got the other one. I don't remember, but I know I got yuca something or other.
Yuca. So yeah, they had yuca fries. I saw it on the menu.
Yuca.
Flat.
Wow.
But yeah, you know what's funny is that my favorite out of the 3 was the sea salt and malt vinegar.
Just like the plain, simple, basic
Yeah,
fry.
simple basic. Because this is the thing. By the time we got to this point, it was like maybe 2:00 in the afternoon, and we got to Epcot maybe about 9:00. Because I was with a party and my Lisa and her family, they hadn't ridden Cosmic Rewind yet, so they wanted to do that, and a couple of my kids actually wanted to try it again.
I was going to say, did you
like-
get your kids back on it?
Well, I got all my everybody except for 2. The 2 littles didn't want to go, but me, the oldest, and my wife, we went back on.
Well, who's watching the 2 youngest?
Oh, Lisa did. She wasn't going to ride it because
Okay.
she has she just didn't want to ride that ride. But everybody else in the party went, and we got up early. We did the whole what do you call it? The virtual queue, and we got like a 9:07 time. I was like, oh, it's 8:30.
Wow.
We gotta go.
Dang.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
That never happens.
I couldn't believe it myself. I thought I'd be much later. I was like, man, I'll get up at 7. No problem. We'll be later today. I can leisurely go up.
Maybe they're working out the kinks.
I must be, and I got it. And I was like, hey, Lisa, what'd you get? It's like, oh, we got like, I think Carly got like a 9:10, 9:15, something like that. Yeah, I got 9:07. It's like, what time is it now? Oh, I got to get up. I gotta
gotta
ready.
move.
We got to move because I'm still sitting in
ready,
bed.
ready.
Ready. Cosmic Rewind. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So we started Cosmic Rewind, but after Cosmic Rewind, I just started drinking the entire day. It was great.
There you go. That
Whoa.
was
It was an awesome trip.
So is this? Are you all day in Epcot now?
No, we were most of the day in Epcot, I should say. So after the French fry flight, maybe like an hour later after that, we hopped over to Studios. We did a bunch of different stuff over there, but we didn't do Genie Plus. We didn't buy that. If there was a virtual queue, we did it. We waited in line, all the standby lines. I'd be damned if we waited any of the links that were posted. Like for instance, Smuggler's what was it? Rise of the Resistance, I think. No. It was Smuggler's Rewind. Smuggler's Rewind.
Smuggler's Run.
Smuggler's Run. Wiki.
That might be a better ride, actually.
Smuggler's
Hyperspace
Run.
backwards. That'd be awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
It posted 45 minutes, and
That's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. I was like, yeah, we could do this. My wife, she got into the habit of just hitting the timer on her phone every time we get into line, just to see what it actually is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
20 minutes.
Huh.
I was like, what? Okay, and that was like that the entire. Even like Remy was like 85 minutes, and we were done in 45.
Nice.
They posted 85, and we made it through 45. It wasn't that bad. It was in the shade. It was the morning. I was like, what?
Are you trying to tell us that Disney's trying to scare you into buying access to
I
these
don't know, but
attractions,
that is
Kevin?
definitely a good idea.
I don't know about that. They've done this for a while before Genie Plus. They like to discourage people from getting in line when the lines are, it's a little too long. Why don't you go do something else? So I think there's a benefit, an added bit of people buying the pass, but not going to say that's their 100% motivation.
Well, that's interesting, though, Kevin, I was thinking the same thing he did. I just didn't know how to verbalize it. Like, when you were like, yeah, I didn't try to get on any of that. Because that stuff always sounds crazy to me. You just like, I'm just waiting for it. That's what I like about you, Kevin. You just like, I'm jaunting this whole trip.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, if this trip is like, we're only going for a day. We're going to the parks for a day. It probably wasn't a smart financial decision, but we're doing it anyway. It doesn't matter. And it's like, we'll just won't buy Genie Plus. We'll just roll the dice, and whatever we get done, we get done.
But it benefited. You weren't trying to hit certain things at a certain time.
No,
within a certain
we just
thing,
rolled with
right?
it. We opened Disney Genie. It's like, oh, this one's posted 45. Well, let's go over there. And that's what we did with Remy. It was like, oh, 85? We really want to ride Remy. Okay, the girls want to ride Remy. Let's go. So I picked up a drink in UK, picked up a drink in France. We strolled over. I should have picked up a drink for the ride, the queue line. That would have been smart. They should serve drinks in the queue line.
Yeah.
But I forgot. But I learned my lesson the rest of the trip. It was great. But yeah, I drank a lot that day. It was great. So by the time we got to the French fry point, it was just additional padding for future drinking. It was great. It was a nice little snack.
Did you drink around the world? Did you drink intermittently around the world? How did
I drank as I came across the world.
Hello, world, and drink.
And it's like, fish and chips. We can get a beer. So we went and hopped in there. So we grabbed beers and stuff. It was
I'm
great.
just picturing your daughters like, Mom, Dad's yakking in the bushes again.
Oh, well, honey, you just gotta let him do that. He's working his way around the world with his salt and vinegar fries again.
Ma, he himself.
I'm about to say, wait, I'm from New Orleans. I don't yak in the bushes. I yak on your new shoes. Not in the bushes. But no, it was a fun trip. I was surprised that we got a lot of stuff done. I was surprised that we got as much things done as we did without having Genie Plus. I was very, very amazed. So I mentioned this, but we went on Smuggler's Run because in July when we went on this trip, my daughters had never been on it. And it was like, hey, let's do it this time. Let's do it. I was like, okay, fine. This one was posted, I think it was maybe like 60, and we were through it in like 30, like half the time. I was like,
nice.
What, really? And my kids freaking loved it, dude.
She got to pilot it.
Well, so this is how it worked out. So our party got split. So it was like Lisa, her oldest, and her oldest partner were in another Millennium Falcon, and me and my whole family and Lisa's daughter's kid was with us.
So y'all didn't do single rider line?
No, we didn't do single rider. We went in standby.
Well, how'd y'all get split up?
Yeah, because there's only 6 that could be holding.
Oh,
so
my
we're
bad.
a party of 9.
My math was off. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Math.
We went,
Right.
and then all the kids got together. Me and my wife, we watched the kids. So I was like the left pilot, and that does left and right. And my youngest was the up and down pilot.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so that was fun. I'll talk about that in a second. And then it was my wife and my middle child, Lily, that were the shooters. And then my oldest and all the girls' friend, Riley, was engineers.
Okay.
That was the 6. And so, yeah, me and the youngest as pilots, yeah, we suck. It was great.
Y'all sucked, and it was great.
Yeah, we caused so much damage to the Millennium Falcon. What's Hondo basically just raped us with the money.
Wow.
It was crazy.
You ain't trying to tell your daughter, turn here, turn there. You just say,
Oh,
here,
no, I
whatever
was
you
telling.
want.
Yeah, no, actually, I think she might have been doing better than me because she plays those games and she doesn't overcorrect like her old ass father does.
Okay.
And it's like, I shouldn't have. I go a little too far, and then like the Millennium Falcon's doing this, and I'm seeing red flash in the windows. Like, brr, brr. It's like, Hondo's shouting stuff at me. I don't even know what the hell he's saying.
So she was
trying to keep it.
she was all you.
Did she yell at you? She like, get my...
No,
get
she
it.
was like hyper focused. I don't think I heard a word from her. I
Oh,
looked
wow.
over and she was like, her eyes were bugged out, concentrated. She had the thing. I even had to do the hyperspeed because it was blinking. Hondo's like, do the hyperspeed. Do the hyperspeed. I was like, baby, do the hyperspeed. And she was like, and so I just went. I reached over and went, boom. And we punched it.
Punch it.
It took that, but she was just like, yeah, she was super concentrated.
It's a big screen, I guess. So if you're used to looking at your normal TV, I guess that's is that a case for her? Is it intimidating?
I think it is, but they envelop you with so much stuff.
Yes.
There's sound. You're in this compartment. Things moving. It's pictures. And from the minute go when you take off, like Hondo's just like spewing stuff all that happening at you and you're just like, I realized for the first time, I was like, oh my God, this is a freaking overload. No wonder they love this thing. Because it was just like, yeah, we caught up and, Lisa and them, their Millennium Falcon got out before we did, and they ran up to him and was like, oh my God, it was like, I was like, wow, they loved it. That's crazy.
How much coaxium did you come away with?
I don't know. I think
probably wanted
maybe. I know we got one.
I was going to say, did you
I know at least we
Hondo
got
some-
one. I don't
Okay.
remember if we got a second one.
I think everyone gets one.
Everyone gets
I
one.
think we at least get one. I think we got maybe 2. I don't remember.
Have you hit everything?
Probably not. I don't think we did. I
get
think we got
one.
one. We got one.
When
get
we
one
did the
average.
Magic Our Way podcast run,
We got all 3.
we got 2.
We got 2.
Yeah.
I thought we got 3. Okay.
Maybe we got 3. I don't know. I thought we had 2.
I know
we
we
did
had at least
good.
2. I know there was a time when I did it by myself. Like when we had we had one trip and I flew the whole thing. Like, no one was in there.
he was like the engineer, the co-pilot, the
gunner,
navigator, the
everything.
gun. Yeah, all that.
I love
All
that.
He was doing everything.
I did everything. I
Three of
flew
us
the
in
whole
there,
thing.
just like.
He was making magic with those fingers.
Yeah, I was like, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying. It's overwhelming, but at the same time, everything kind of does autocorrect itself. So it's not that.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard. Like it's a GTA game or something.
Yeah, but maybe your daughter was like, my dad's right here. I gotta fly the ship right. I don't want to say anything. I'm gonna just focus, and
Smuggler's Blues.
this is the one time I could show him what my skills are. Like Maverick or something.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Did y'all have like call signs?
You should have call signs.
Should have had call signs.
Should have
That would've
had
been
call
awesome.
signs. Baby one.
I would have been Butch.
Butch.
I'll be Butch.
You wouldn't have been Butch.
You wouldn't have been Butch. Fry guy.
I'll be fried. Oh, pork shank. That's what
Pork
it is.
shank.
I'll be
There
pork
you
shank.
go.
I think it would be like, call me the mother.
The mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my middle child, Lily, wanted to let you guys know that she did not like being the shooter, and she would rather drive. Shooter was boring, and she only pressed one button. That was it.
Engineer is the most boring. I know we remember that.
But if she only pressed one button, that might be why it was so boring. Or one button, not the button one time.
Oh, yeah, it was
She
like
put-
one shooting button, I think, if I remember correctly,
Okay.
for the shooters.
All you really gotta do is just tap the thing the entire way through, and sooner or later it'll hit where it needs to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, flying is definitely where it's
Flying
at.
was where it's at. I
yeah,
agree.
flying
Yeah,
is definitely where it's at.
Although you're half flying it, so. I
But
don't know.
talking trash with people on it is really the fun of it. Like if you like,
Oh, yeah, that was fun, because we're all sitting there screaming. It's like, oh, my God, shoot!
Yeah.
Harpoons! Get the harpoons!
That's
oh, my God, I'm
the-
crashing! I'm sorry! That kind of stuff.
that's the experience. Ah! Yeah,
It
that's
got
the
loud
experience.
real fast. I thought it was hilarious. I didn't think it'd
Yeah.
be like that, but apparently they were all into it.
That's the
Stuff,
experience.
so-
That's good.
That's the true
So did y'all
experience.
do
of it.
Rise?
We did Rise, yeah.
Did y'all lightning cue it? Or
No, we stood by.
Lightning lean in? I'm sorry.
We did the standby thing. We're like,
We
yeah.
jaunted.
Jaunted.
Yeah, we jaunted it.
So no individual lightning lanes. This whole
No
trip.
nothing. We didn't pay extra for Jack.
Yeah, we're not paying
Squat.
nothing.
No.
I thought y'all did for Cosmic Rewind.
No, that was virtual queue.
Oh,
I just
wow.
woke up at 6, pressed the button, and was like, oh, 9:07. I guess I better get up. I wasn't expecting to get up that early, but
Wait a minute,
yeah.
wait. I didn't know that they did that. They do a virtual queue that you don't have to pay for Cosmic Rewind?
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They only did like individual lightning lane and virtual queue. That's all you could do.
Wow. Okay. I get that.
And I didn't think. I mean, I was lazily getting up at like 6:58.
What was it?
And I just clicked
Lazy
the button.
boy.
I was like the lazy river in my bed. I was like so comfy.
So no breakfast, no nothing. You didn't go anywhere for.
No, because I got a 9:07. I was like,
Yeah.
907, bruh.
Wow, we got a 907. Get the kids ready.
Hurry up, don't be the call, get on there and jump.
you joke. That's exactly what I sound like. I was like, because she was ready to sleep in, because that's what we normally do. And I'm like, baby, I got a 9:07 virtual queue. He's like, oh,
Like another 907, Kevin. No, I'm not gonna.
I'm ready right now. 6:30, that was enough.
No.
Enough.
I mean, we got to be there at.
Yeah. So yeah, no breakfast that day. I think I had breakfast afterwards, or maybe I got straight to drinking. I don't remember. I
Okay.
had at least a peanut brittle, because our friend Lisa brought like a bunch of peanut brittle, or like was it brittle or was it, what do we have here? What's it? Pralines.
Oh, probably.
Oh,
okay.
Praline. I don't know why I
Yeah.
said brittle. Maybe it was a
Definitely
peanut butter
different,
praline. But I think I had one of those for breakfast, and my coffee, which I brought from New Orleans, because I like
Oh my
coffee.
God! You must have been like on Sugar Mountain. Like those
Dude, it was
pralines.
great.
Good Lord!
Sugar Hill.
Like I try to warn people who come here for the fair, like, oh, I want to try those pralines that y'all have. Like, no, that is just like an injection
Sugar and
of sugar.
butter.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Bite. Just take a
Beautiful.
bite. That's all you need.
Yes, you might die.
I ate chunks. It was great. It was, but I think that was my breakfast. I don't think I had anything else.
Okay. So
'Cause-
would y'all do, like lunch? Anything? Like did y'all eat anywhere?
We ate.
I mean, I know you had French fries.
Well, that's the funny thing. I had French fries. I had fish and chips. It was like one of those trips where like we went commando style, but we didn't really have.
You
like,
went
any-
without pants?
I would, if I could, I would, because it was freaking hot.
Always.
That's why they let
Come on, that's how you go to draws.
without draws.
Draws,
Without
draws.
draws,
Yeah.
All right. Well, pants, draws, it's still fabric.
But it was
That's
so
probably-
hot, I would have done it without pants.
That's
too.
probably why they let you through the line so quick. Like, he ain't got no draws on.
something wrong
Let
with
that
this
boy
guy.
go through, that boy crazy.
That's the key. No pants.
No pants, no lightning aid.
They have a locker for that at the front of the park.
Yes.
No, but it's like a lot of snacking, a lot of drinking.
Okay.
And then I think we finally sat for some kind of meal at Baseline Tap House over
nice,
in Hollywood.
nice.
So
Yeah.
we're talking like 3:00 though.
They talk like charcuterie and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Pretzels.
we had some charcuterie, pretzels.
Yeah.
You know, like I forget what else. There was something else. A beer. I had a beer.
Gotta have a beer.
It was great.
Beer?
I mean, I got some fish and chips from UK when we were walking back. You know, and all of us got the Grand Marnier slush, except for the kids. But most of us got the Grand Marnier slush.
I let my kid try the Grand Marnier slush.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How'd you like it?
No, I said let my kid.
Oh, you let your kid.
I'd let my kid. She's never like. I don't know that I've had it when like every single time I get an espresso martini, she has a sip.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I figure like it's like the equivalency of sharing a beer with your son. I have a daughter. She likes coffee. We always like every Friday is Frappuccino Friday, so we'll stop at Starbucks, get a Frappuccino, stuff like that. She loves coffee, but her mom won't let her have it because she won't go to bed on time.
Well, yeah.
So we have
There's
Frappuccino
that.
Friday. But
There's
so if
that.
we go out to eat and I have an espresso, she's like, "Can I have a sip?"
Go ahead,
yeah.
Daddy. Yeah, Daddy.
That's
But
why
I'm not admitting if this is a legal thing, and does anybody listening to this that wants part? No, I would never, ever, ever do anything like that.
I hope nobody's coming after us like that.
Well, I mean, in Germany they have a Kinder beer, which is like beer that you train kids on. And
Trading wheels for beer.
training frozen beer, yeah. Because they got good beer in Germany, so you want to prepare them for the good stuff without being like sloppy drunk. You know, I could see that. I agree with that. But anyway, yeah. So we did that, and so we did a lot of rides that Saturday. So the Saturday's the only day we were actually in the parks. We did Hollywood Studios. We did that. We did a bunch of different things in there. Nothing. We didn't really sit down to eat. We snacked. Did a lot of drink, or I did a lot of drinking along the way. I don't know what everybody else did, but that's what I did.
You made it work. You made it work.
It was a great day, man. It was an awesome day. But so we woke up that Sunday. We had most of the day because our flight wasn't until like 8:00 that evening, which was great. And I woke up Sunday, and you could probably imagine this. I mean,
Wait, pause. Where are you staying?
I was staying at Saratoga Springs, so my home resort. I was able to get.
Reveille.
It's funny, I didn't hear that.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Someone was gonna die that trip.
Reveille.
I thank God we switched to the Polynesian at the end. Ooh,
Yeah.
thank God.
That's my joint.
Yep.
So we hit the parks like all day. We were there till almost closed. We didn't really. Let me back up here. Magic Kingdom was open till 11:30, but I think right around maybe like 9:00, we just kind of peter out. We're just like, okay, this has been like 12 hours. Ooh, I'm tired.
So you didn't even go to Magic Kingdom?
No, we were going to because they were open like 2 hours later, and it was like, man, I'm freaking exhausted.
That's a lot.
So we ended the
Yeah,
night
you
with the
think-
rides at least, so that was nice.
But like when y'all got in at night, right?
got
so
in
y'all
at
got
night,
to
yeah.
have a full night's rest.
For the most
Yes,
part,
you said y'all got up at 9 a.m.
we got up at 9 a.m.
Right.
Yeah, but then
Or
we
8
were
a.m.
constantly outgoing, and we kept going, all the way to like maybe 9 that night,
Okay, so you got 2 parks in Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
and it got a lot of stuff done, which is
And a lot of
fun.
stuff
That's
done.
a
Yeah,
lot.
lot of stuff. It was
Got
it was
some
fun.
drinking.
Yeah.
I was impressed that we did that. Normally in my family we don't really hit it that hard. We would have taken a break during that day, but it's like, one day why not? Let's do it. We're hanging out with Lisa. The girls are having fun, But anyway, so the next morning we wake up and like I'm freaking hungry.
Yeah.
I wonder why I freaking burned up all my energy yesterday.
Damn straight. Oh, because you got busy, right?
Yeah, because we got busy. Yeah.
Been busy for 2
Yeah.
nights. You know how Kevin gets down.
There's a 4th girl coming.
Oh, fried guy.
Down the drain. But my bad.
Cogaloosh. Cogaloosh. On that.
Sploosh.
Cogasploosh.
I figured all of Kevin's boys went down there.
Drain.
They
Yeah,
did.
one shot,
That's what
Kevin.
happened.
One shot.
Yeah, and they all went down the drain.
Down the drain.
Yeah, down the drain.
All right. Shoot.
But I woke up. I was like, man, I could go for a freaking buffet. Like,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh, breakfast buffet at Disney. Yes.
But we had no ADR, so I was like, screw it. Let's see what's up.
Okay.
So I log in. It's like breakfast. All right, there's 2 options.
Can I tell you something? This is my most interesting part of your trip right now.
Really?
Really, I'm invested.
Like, what did I get? Got
breakfast
anything?
at Disney is big for me.
Oh man, I understand why now.
Yes. I live by brunch. Brunch, like I'd have breakfast.
And I searched for
That's
both of those
true.
terms. I searched for breakfast and brunch.
Okay.
Brunch, they had one thing, and I don't remember what it was because when I refreshed it, it disappeared. So I didn't get brunch or their Disney brunch. But there were 2 breakfast options. There was Trattoria Forno at the Boardwalk, which is at
It's a Rapunzel character, but it's not a character right now.
yeah, it's a sit down. It's not a buffet. It's a service, but it's a really good breakfast. 'Cause I had that like maybe 2 years ago on a Universal trip, and it was like really awesome.
What's the better option?
And the other option was Boma.
Ooh, that's a good option.
I'm sitting here, I'm like, Trattoria Fano, we've been there. We went there 2 years ago. Boma's a buffet.
I've never been to Boma's buffet. How was it? Come on.
Oh my God. Boma was freaking badass.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing, it was last minute. So it was like 9 o'clock. I was like, all right, I'm going for Boma. And Lisa's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. I'm like, but we got an hour to get out of this place. Because we still hadn't checked out. We were just lazily just kind of getting our stuff together. Luggage is everywhere. It's like, can we make it? It's like, yeah, let's just do it. All right, so I hit click. We got the reservation for our party. And then we just started packing up. You know, we're working up an appetite. And we're out the door.
You were
It's
there
like-
for a day. How much did y'all unpack?
Oh, we pack. When I get there, I usually unpack everything. I get into like when we land, we get into the hotel. I unpack the bag, stick it in the drawers, and that's when I know vacation's here. Vacation's done. So we just had to get everything together, and of course the kids are going to be kids, and they got everywhere. You know, it's like, all right, get your stuffed animals. I think my youngest had like a big ass bag, like maybe like a fifth of it was her clothes, and the rest of it was stuffed animals. She had all these little squishimals and stuff that she had shoved up in there. But yeah, so we got Boma. And we made it on time, and I didn't know what to expect, but I started looking at the menu, and they had a lot of good gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, because my wife has to do with that kind of diet.
Oh,
Sure,
right,
sure,
right,
sure.
And
right.
it's like, man, this is pretty badass. And she was telling me we got some kind of juice mix. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was delicious.
It's not pog juice, though. It's different.
It's different. Yeah, it's not pog
that
juice.
pog
It's
juice
totally
is
different.
terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
that stuff. That's what we had. The
That's
Polynesian.
Oh, the
you got,
Polynesian. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
God,
no.
And that's funny because it's like when she showed me the juice, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I wonder if this is the stuff Danny and Eli were talking about. I drank it, I'm like, this is not bad at all. This is not terrible.
Yeah, if it was that pog juice, it's terrible. You know it.
No, it definitely didn't offend me, if anything.
Okay.
So I drank it. It was good. I got the coffee. They had a press pot coffee thing, which me and Lisa shared. It was great. And, man, the breakfast was amazing. They had all kinds of, African flavor inspired stuff, plus all kinds of eggs. They had this apple turnover that had some kind of sugar crust that was melted so perfectly that it crunched just using your mouth pressure. And what I mean is this. It's like sometimes when you pick up like pastries, you pick it up and the sugar just crumbles in your hand, so it's too light. Or when you bite into it, it feels like you're eating a rock candy. It's that hard. But this was like perfectly in between where it's like you could pick it up, it would maintain its integrity, put it in your mouth, and it would just crunch just ever so delicately in your mouth. It was freaking amazing. Apple turnover. I didn't think I'd love an apple turnover so much until I went to Boma and crunched into this thing. I was just floored.
What did you have? But what breakfast or brunch did you have? That was the dessert, right?
Well, that was part of my breakfast. I had a lot of stuff.
Oh,
So,
I bet.
they didn't have the omelet bar like you guys had.
I was
19
going for omelet or something.
Yeah,
huh?
I went for omelet. They were all ready made, so you just had to walk up, pull it up. So it wasn't like what you had at 19
Well, and it
Park
shouldn't
Fair.
be. It's like
yeah.
African flair.
Well, yeah, it's different. Yeah, but those omelets were good. The eggs were good. They had boiled eggs, which are unique. I don't usually
Boiled
see those.
eggs.
Yeah, my kids love boiled eggs over any other kind of eggs. So
No. Yeah.
I was very happy to see that because then they could eat some eggs and get some protein in their system instead of sugar.
Sure.
They had deviled eggs with smoked salmon.
Ooh,
That was
wow.
good.
Absolutely freaking
Yeah, that was
amazing.
good.
Oh, you had that? So you've been to Boma, Lee?
Yeah, we went.
Well, Lee's been to Boma for sure.
oh,
I don't
I
know
didn't
about
know
for
that.
breakfast.
Oh,
And I will tell you, man, like if Boma had characters, it would be unstoppable. Like I would take that over. I would take that over the Polynesian breakfast anytime with Lilo and Stitch or whatever.
Can I tell you, my biggest question about the Boma breakfast is what is the Bloody Mary like? Because, I mean, if they do a wasabi Bloody Mary for the Polynesian, and like one of the places that Eli and I like to go is Nola K, and they do like a Jamaican jerk Bloody Mary and stuff like that. I can only imagine like an African-inspired Bloody Mary with the
Oh, that'd be
seasonings
awesome,
they could
yeah.
do in that. Like, that's what I was going to ask you is like, did you notice what kind of...
I
Bloody
didn't,
Mary they
and
had?
I didn't notice. I drank so much the day before, I didn't drink anything the day of.
Okay.
That morning, but I think that's grounds for going there and trying it as a podcast trip. I think it'd be great.
I would 100% do that. Like
so
the
we
wasabi Bloody Mary is hard to give up, but I would totally do whatever Bloody Mary they have over because I bet you it's
probably really
some
good.
kind of especially that you can only get there. It's probably something you can only get there. Kind of like when we went to Contemporary and they had I say Contemporary, but was it a steakhouse?
Steakhouse 71.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where they had that. Like the Bloody Mary was like orange because they had this.
Oh
like,
yeah, it was like a different. They made it in house.
Yes.
I remember that.
Every place seems to have their own version of the Bloody Mary. And when we went to Narcoossee's for brunch that one time, I had a seafood style Bloody Mary where it had like crab legs and jumbo shrimp and bacon and all stuff. Like it's like, oh my God,
I want that.
so delicious. The Bloody Mary is that is something that we could legit do. I think we'd have to do a podcast trip to really do this justice because I know I've done it. But the best Bloody Marys on property, there's going to be a rich selection to choose from there. And I'll never forget, like when Elon and I both had the Narcoossee's Bloody Mary, and it was the first time either he nor I had a Bloody Mary, and we drank it, and we're like, this is different. It's not bad, but it's different. It's like kind of
full.
It has its own je ne sais
and we
quoi.
both switched back to the mimosas after the first one.
Oh, really?
We're going right to the mimosas. This is different. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, I caught the bug for it. Like we got back, and I'm like, you know what? I want to try that one more time. About a second time, it's like sushi. First time you had it, you're very trepidatious. But a second time, you're like, what's that? What's unagi? Whatever it is, give me that. Give me that. Give me sea urchin. Yes, I'll have that too. Like you get more brave as you go on, and I think that's how the Bloody Mary works. And
you're willing to try other things and whatnot. Yeah.
As long as it's not,
Yes.
you know, it's gonna sound crazy for me. It's like as long as it doesn't come off too ketchupy, like that. I think that's the
no,
thing.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's the side of a bad Bloody Mary when it's too ketchupy.
Yeah,
I love a Bloody Mary.
yeah, I love a Bloody Mary too.
If it's done
Especially
right,
with-
yeah, I do too. I'm not a fan of ketchup, but I need ketchup in other things if I'm eating ketchup.
So
then
that'll be a
that's
thing.
the
Like when we'll go on a trip and we'll do a Bloody Mary tour, and then even Lee can do it. We'll do because
You could do a Virgin Bloody Mary, yeah.
Hey, virgin, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just tomato juice, so yeah.
It's tomato juice and spices and everything good.
Yeah.
Lee is
That'd
so
be cool.
totally
I'd
used
do
to
that.
doing virgins. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hey.
there you go.
Yeah, the breakfast there I couldn't. And they had a carving station, but
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's what I was going to mention.
Yeah,
I don't like carving stations.
I didn't mind this carving station much, but they had like different things you could put on the meats, and they had this African kind of chutney thing, and I wish I would have remembered the menu.
Oh, I do like chutney.
That was absolutely amazing. That I put them on meat. It was, it had a little kick, which was I love it because I'm from Louisiana and I like a little spice. But it was just enough, and it balanced the meat perfectly, and it was just amazing. A lot of seasonings, a lot of flavor. It wasn't too heavy; it was just right to complement that meat, and I was floored with that. And man, it was a really good. It reminds me of, and if you listen to the show long enough, I always talk about Tusker House, where I always accidentally get a Thanksgiving dinner at Tusker House, which is really really good because they have those African inspired meals amongst the American meal stuff that you get. Which was amazing, and so this kind of reminds me of that, African twist on an American breakfast buffet.
It's kind of funny, like when you start going to Disney, like, and you start to get to know Disney. One of the pieces of advice that you give to Disney first timers, where they're going and they're like, "Well, just give me some advice. Where should I stay?" One of the first things you say is, "Don't stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge because you're so far away from the Magic Kingdom, you're so far away from the parks and everything like that." But now, having gone as long as we've gone, and now it's not even a priority to hit the parks. It's more of a priority to experience the resort and experience different things. Now, it would be something that I would absolutely embrace.
Dude, I love Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful theming, and
Stay there twice. I would love to go back a third time.
in fact, I tried to get a room there, but it just was all booked up. So I ended up at Saratoga, which is our home resort. We wanted to get Animal Kingdom Lodge because that's where my friend Lisa's daughter worked. That's we wanted to hang out with her, see her in action. Thankfully, she was able to in the morning when she didn't work, she came on to hang out with us. But yeah, I just wanted to be there. I thought that'd be kind of cool. So, but yeah, Boma, man, that surprised me. That floored me. I didn't expect that, and I was like, I want to come back.
Yeah,
Now,
I've
granted,
talked a couple of clients into going to Boma. I'm like, look, man, like just on your Animal Kingdom day, get a Boma reservation, have a great breakfast, and then head over to the park because you'll be right there. It's just breakfast okay, so take 1900 Park Fair out of the question. Take these brunches that you guys have had out of the question. Breakfast is just kind of, it's eggs, it's hash browns, it's bacon. Like I always say that, like, it's hard to mess up breakfast. So like if you're going to go to Chef Mickey's, do breakfast, don't do dinner, right? It's hard to mess it up. But Boma is just so much better at breakfast than all these other places. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's a different option, and it's got a lot of different things that you're not going to find at your typical breakfast buffet.
It's a twist on breakfast. It's a slightly
100%.
it's something that you love, but with a different flair to it. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I like Topolino's when I went in July for that character breakfast. That was really good, but it's not a buffet, so it's a little bit different.
I mean, breakfast is that one thing I was like, no one has a problem with breakfast. No one, like, you might have a problem with getting up for breakfast, but no one has a problem with breakfast food. Like, some people might be like, do you want to have Korean? And I'm not really a fan of Korean. What about Thai? A little bit too spicy. What about no one says no to breakfast. If breakfast is offered, breakfast is,
That's why there's a lot of places that do like breakfast 24/7. So, sometimes you could always get breakfast. Like Cracker Barrel, you can always order breakfast.
100%.
Because people love breakfast.
I love the idea of a breakfast. Like, my nephew is a chef, and he said that was his thing at one point. He wanted to do an all-omelet restaurant.
Oh, that'd be fun.
At first, I was like, dude, that's kind of like crazy, because I mean, it's like, what about during the day? What about and now you're seeing like this emergence of brunch places everywhere, and I'm like, son of a bitch, he was ahead of his time. Like, he saw this coming, because now that's all we do is like we strive to find brunch. Every weekend we're off finding brunch. There's after Halloween, the day after Halloween, me, Eli, Anna, Eddie, my daughter Lil, we all went to Nola K for breakfast. It was Jamaican brunch.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Jamaican with a Jamaican jerk Bloody Mary.
Oh, my God.
Dude, Kev, you would have loved it. You would have loved it.
I gotta go.
You were in Disney, though. So
I was in Disney, yeah.
We didn't think to invite you.
No, it's okay, but thank you.
No, wait, that was the day after Halloween. You were back.
I was at work.
We were just mad at you. You didn't show up for the party. So we didn't invite you.
that's right.
Yeah, we took off.
Pretending.
Yeah.
You were at Tulane.
Yeah, I was doing that work thing.
Yeah, we were all playing hooky.
I was sick. I was sick. I needed to be able to help get me back on track.
It's all right there, Mr. Sewage and Waterboard. I got a note.
I'm right here for you. No problem.
Here, Mr. Sewage and Waterboard. Eli's sick. Signed, Eli's mother.
Yeah. I ain't never coming back.
Yeah, but man, Boma guys, that's something we got to try next time we're down there.
I'd be willing to do that.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to know what you guys think.
I don't know. No. Bloody Mary tour.
Bloody Mary tour. Let's do
Who's
it.
in?
I'm in.
I'll give it a shot as long as it don't taste too much like ketchup.
Well, if it does taste like ketchup, though, it's a bad one.
Lee, can you do the Virgin Bloody Mary?
I could do that.
All right.
I could do the Virgin Mimosas too.
All right.
It's orange juice.
Wait, I'm about to say that
Orange juice and sparkling water? Was that?
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there you go.
Or you get a virgin screwdriver. There you go.
There you go.
Which is just orange juice. But the last thing, just to kind of round out, later that day after breakfast, we had a full tummy. Lisa's daughter took me and her to Cast Connection. Have y'all heard of Cast Connection?
Because of you, I have.
Because of me, I have. Yeah.
Cast Connection sounds like the place that they all had lunch at over in Save the Bell. They meet up at the Cast Connection.
Yeah. On 90210 or something like yeah.
Well, technically, the whole title is Cast Connection and Property Control for Disney.
Oh, wow. Property control. Because Cast Connection sounds so friendly and welcoming. Property control, not so
very
much.
Not so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It's like they stole something.
Yeah.
But it's the go-to place for cast members to get some discounted Disney stuff. And I mean stuff. It looks like a little Sam's or Costco, but like Disney items and whatnot. It's pretty crazy. And like I said, it's Cast Connection and Property Control. So they have some of this stuff that you might recognize. And I'll go ahead, if you're watching the video version of this podcast, you'll get some of these pictures, but I'll go ahead and show you here.
Okay. Oh, I
Lee
can see it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So there's that. And so that's the entrance to Cast Connection.
It's very low key.
It is very low key, and it's off road. It doesn't look like much.
Very much like a Costco or a
Extremely.
yes,
Yeah,
a
like-
Sam's Club, kind
Like
of
a
thing.
swap meet kind of
Yeah,
And so all
very
kind of cast members.
aluminum
based.
base.
It's
yes.
like warehouse. It's
Yes.
nothing special.
No, they even have like a sign.
Dude, it's like a hang up. It's
Yeah,
like,
It's a banner. It's just a banner.
Right.
it's like we don't even invest in something nice for the cast members.
It's like Cast Connection in blue and Property Control in black.
And they'll put some
Property control.
characters in the
Right.
corner, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what the outside looks like, and that's the picture I took as we're walking over and whatnot. And then so loading up here, that's the entrance that I took a picture of.
The Disney Quest.
Yes, and
How much is that sign going for?
I asked, and it wasn't for sale, but I thought it was
Wasn't
just
for
so
sale?
cool. Yeah, it was just such the coolest looking thing. I was like, I got to take a picture of this, and a stormtrooper, of course,
And the
guarding it.
stormtrooper go shoot you.
Going to
you
hang
try
that above your
get it.
bedroom.
He's guarding it. Yeah, dude, I'd totally buy it and hang it somewhere. I'd put it in the studio.
Dude, like you get a mannequin, you can just put like Stormtrooper costume on them, just like I did with Michael Myers, Ghostface, and all that.
Yeah,
You can totally do
absolutely.
that. Yeah, you just won't have a gun.
That's what entrance. This is what I was first thing that greeted me at the entrance were these
Okay.
chairs.
Now, this is a challenge for the listeners right here because we looked at these chairs and I swore that was something I saw at the Grand Floridian, but
Yeah, maybe like a Meisner's Lounge or something before
or
what they have now.
Citrico's before they-
Citrico's,
like,
yeah.
But I can't place where those chairs are from, and I'm sure there are people who are in Florida who see that design and know it right away. So if you can tell us where those chairs are from.
They look like they could be from a cruise ship.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that's another one too.
That's a good surmise. So what's weird about these chairs is that the back is so low.
And it's so
But
far deep.
But yeah, it's so deep. It kind of looks like you lounge back into them. So
Maybe they were
Maybe
chairs that
like a
didn't make the
spa?
cut.
It could be. I don't know. But they had that set there, and I took a picture of the design. Maybe hopefully one of us could
All
picture it, or maybe some of the listeners.
yeah, listeners, especially y'all who visit Florida all the time, locals for sure. Can you help us out here? Because I'd like to know what those are.
And I also took the picture because that's the brand hand sanitizer they use in the park. So if you wanted some for your house,
Oh, what brand is that? I can't even see. it.
it's just called Sea Skew.
Ski.
Sea Ski.
For all those people who want to make
Siansky?
Disney candles based on the
Yeah,
hand
hand
sanitizer.
sanitizer. Yes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
trying to help
Oh
them
my
out.
God.
That's all.
But this is what that front room looks like, because the front room basically is property control, so you
Is
can
that
see.
like Roger Rabbit's warehouse where Judge Doom drove through his
Yes.
machine of
That's
destruction?
exactly what it looks
What's
like.
it called?
Why is there a poster of Uma Thurman in the back? That's all I want to know.
Because she's killing Bill.
That's right. And then that's a little bit more pictures. It's the opposite wall.
I like the
so it has
movie
all the.
posters.
I love the movie posters.
I looked at those. There was one for sale that is just up for decoration. Which is a shame because some of those were pretty dang cool. Like I like the Black Panther one and whatnot. And then just going through these pictures, I took these because it's like these are just random chairs from like I don't know offices or like maybe hotel rooms or just like various.
Like
things
John
on
Lasseter's
property.
ass was
Yeah.
sat right here.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, yeah, that's a good point. Like, hey, Bob Iger's chair, you can have it for like $80. Like, who wouldn't want that?
Put it in your
John
apartment
Lasseter's
complex.
hugging chair.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a picture of this because it's like as I was walking in, there was a couple of people walking out with a bed headboard. And I was like, oh man, they're buying something for their apartment and stuff. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
that works. You know, so I thought that was pretty cool. I took a picture of those chairs. And then there's some cool little stuff like the Tomorrowland thing in the back.
That was cool.
This is part of property control. They had a bin of stuff, like a bin of Gus's that are right there.
Yeah, Ben and Gus's.
A bin of Gus's.
So my Gus is over there.
I see it.
There.
Yeah, I
That
picked
was the
up
one you
something like that. And they got these little sconces.
What
and
is that
whatnot.
on the ground to the right? Like those
Like the mirrors
pictures.
and stuff?
Is that a mirror? It
Yeah,
looks
there's
like
a couple of mirrors and there's a painting. Those were
yeah,
for sale
paintings.
too.
Yes, the paintings. What is that of?
I have no idea. I
Like,
saw
is that
that.
like some like hotel rooms or
It has
something?
to be, huh? It's got to be from some kind
Got
of hotel.
swads and
It
all
looks
this
like it
other
could be
stuff.
like Port Orleans, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe,
but they're
maybe.
matching. It's a pair. You could have bought a pair. They have swans. You can see that in there. It's kind of cool. And so
Do they
here,
have dolphins? Oh,
no,
okay. So this is what is this? This is a
it's-
movie
you
poster.
could buy. It's a movie
It
poster.
looks like a shower curtain.
but you could also buy that wooden. It's called a wooden hanger for $50. I don't know what you hang on it. Maybe posters.
A Mickey.
Oh,
wooden
this
hanger.
whole thing?
Yeah, this whole thing,
Is $50?
Yeah, it's like connected. It looks like a little divider of some sort.
That was
I
like
don't know
one of
what to
them
use it
old
for.
school things they had in the West where like chicks would go back and change their clothes. You know, like, you
Yeah, I
wanna
was
see that in
thinking
the
we could buy
shows?
that and use that for whenever we do a convention of some sort and put our
Okay.
stuff on it. But I'm like, oh, I can't check that in when I'm on a plane.
Can't
flight.
take that on the plane.
No,
Can't
you
take
gotta
that on a
drive
plane.
for
Yeah,
that.
I got to drive for
You
that.
gotta
one.
drive for that.
So that was kind of cool. And then it just kind of give you. They had property control. They had all these different kinds of things. So you see the Mickey, which I gotta guess is from like a parade float of some sort, and you got the little painted Mickey right there.
That's what I was wondering. What's that painted Mickey from? It looks like one of those Vinylmation things.
Yeah, I think it is. Because, man, I want to say maybe they had these different Mickeys painted all across property at one point.
But I've seen that same Mickey like in baseball field, like in the Houston Astros stadium. They'll have that same Mickey, that same pose, that'll be painted with the Astros uniform or whatever.
Lee Lostovic is a sports fan, really?
Apparently.
I
I mean, the Astros were in the World Series, I guess, right?
Well, they just won it last night, actually. But
Yeah.
Did they? The Houston Astros are world champions?
Yeah, they're world
Yep.
champions.
Hey,
yeah,
congratulations.
nobody has to go to school on Monday. 'Cause-
Oh, you serious?
yeah, they're like, yeah, we're calling off school Monday. Go enjoy the parade.
Oh, wow.
So I guess everyone's going to Astroworld. Oh,
Go
wait, no.
Stros. Oh, that
He's
hurts.
gonna go stand in the big dirt
Parking
field.
lot.
I love Astroworld, man.
Astro World.
So there's a little close up of the Mickey.
That's that vinyl. What I thought was vinyl mission Mickey. Now that looks like something that you'd find at Five Nights at Freddy's.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
Now that's kind of cool. The off Lego brand Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Mega
Mega Block.
Mega Blocks.
Yes.
Jack Sparrow looking thing.
Yeah,
which is
that-
he's why he's in property control.
Yeah.
I took a picture of each one of these because I figured
That's cool.
and I took these pictures like maybe you guys recognize like this Mickey looks awfully familiar. I swear I've seen this.
Yeah,
Maybe like on a parade float or
What
something.
is that in the middle of Mickey right
Well, it looks
there?
like something that would be on a
crystal ball?
merry-go-round or
It's like a
something.
yeah, no, like a crystal. What is it called?
It says once upon a time, like a
For
crystal
Christmas,
ball.
a
or
snow globe.
something.
Is it a snow globe?
A snow
Parade
globe.
thing.
Yeah, it's got to
There's
be
a
a parade
cannon right
thing.
here.
Yeah, there's a cannon right there. I took a picture of that.
Hey, go back one, Kevin, real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go back two, just real quick.
Go back
Have you
two?
noticed that? Yeah, one more. You notice that Pete's got a peg leg. It's just made out of a baseball bat.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow. Yeah,
That's
look at
a
that.
Good point. Like I didn't see the end of the leg, but now I can see the top of it. And
That's that
you're
detail,
right.
man.
Yeah.
Attention to detail Disney had. Look at that. But yeah, let's get back forward to where we were. There's that cannon. I don't know where that's
That's
from.
got to be pirates, huh?
I put that in my front yard right now.
Pirates? Do you think it would have been a Typhoon Lagoon maybe too? I don't know.
Not really. Typhoon Lagoon really doesn't have anything to do with cannon.
But cannons or pirates. But yeah, maybe pirates. But I mean, I was like, dang, look at that thing. That's cool looking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then, there's like a Goofy at baseball. So, I gotta, look, that one's got some age on it. I
I was
know
going
what
to
it
say,
is.
he been in the sun for a while.
Casey's Corner
That look-
kind of thing.
yeah, that's what I was
maybe?
thinking. Casey's Corner, maybe. That one. I was like, it looks very familiar.
Interesting.
But and then I took this picture of a basket of nothing but remote control.
The heck?
That's random.
They were selling those for about maybe $1. And I'm like, how do you know that's going to work with your TV?
That's,
So these are like just remote controls for the TVs on hotel
It's
property.
got to be from the resort property,
like
right?
just in case you want to bring your own remote whenever you stay on
I
property.
guess I could have bought that. And like,
Yeah.
oh, this remote doesn't work. Okay, here I got a replacement.
Oh no, better you could have took your remote, bought this one, and walked over to the resort where you go on your next vacation, just change random
Change-
people's
yeah.
TV.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you get to mess with your kids. Like okay, Daddy's
Doing the
gonna take a shower. Y'all watch the Disney television and you just mess with your kids by changing the channel.
Oh, like when you go in the lobby and all the little kids are watching the Disney
Oh, you
Channel,
can
and then you
change
just
it?
change it.
What's the game look like?
Yeah.
Like, I wanna watch Sam's game.
It's magic, kids.
But yeah, as you walk through, where the remote control is, that's the entrance into the main part of Cast Connection. And when you walk in, this is the scene of what it looks like. And it just looks like a vast warehouse.
yeah.
There's not a ceiling. There's, you have to see the row of carts. You see Troy Polamalu right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say what Troy Polamalu did.
Yeah, and you got to the right when you first look. There's a bunch of a lot of female related stuff. There it is. The picture. You got all the purses, all the different things that they have, all the different dresses, costumes, outfits, all kind of stuff.
A lot.
It's a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I took a bunch of wide shot pictures. So if you're looking at the video version of this podcast, just to get an idea of the expanse of this, and this is like the male side of things where you can see a little bit more of that. And I'm taking more pictures here. This is like toward the other side of where I was standing. You can see the entrance in the back there with the yellow. And you can see all this stuff, man. Just a bunch of stuff that, from what I was told, is maybe things that don't necessarily sell well. They had a thing of pins, so I took a picture of pins.
Oh, I could get some good prices on
kinda
some
good.
pins.
Yeah, they weren't bad. It was like $1.50, $2.50. Weren't really bad at
hell
all.
yeah.
So I could have bought a bunch if I found some that I liked. Not really much that I could see that I dug. Going through, this is just another side. This is close to where the food section is. And they do have a food section, which is interesting.
That's gallons of milk back there.
They got gallons of milk, juice. They even got
Okay.
meat. I think I have a picture of a close up of some of the meats. Oh, this is some of the other stuff. They had Star Wars wall with toys.
Yeah, so it was a jumpsuit for some uniform
Yeah.
or some of the other pictures.
Yeah, they have bread. So if you wanted some bread for your apartment, your cast member, and you don't pay so much. They got some bread you could have. They had ice cream, but it was all empty. I guess everybody bought that stuff up. Here's some of the produce that they sell, which from like Anaheim Market or like that little cart in Animal Kingdom.
And this is like not like going bad or nothing. Like that's fresh off the basket fruit.
I gotta think that this is stuff that I think Disney maybe had like a certain amount of time that it can hang out in the parks or backstage, and then they have to rotate it out for newer stuff. But it's not expired, so they got to sell it, and so they're going to sell it to their cast members before the expiration date.
Ugh.
So that's maybe a lot of this stuff. I mean, I looked at the fruit, and it didn't look bad. There was nothing going rotten or moldy or anything else. I took a picture of a basket of Jif.
It's a lot of peanut butter.
So if you wanted some peanut butter, you could do that. I thought that was interesting. Somewhere I have a picture. Oh, they have a Sneezy car from the Snow White's Scary Adventures ride, which I was amazed. I was like, "What is this thing doing here?" So I took a picture of it.
You sneezed,
and I sneezed in Sneezy because it was Sneezy, and I who knows? As a little kid, I might have sat in Sneezy. I don't know. But I had to take a picture because I hadn't seen that since I was maybe not this size. And so what's this once in a lifetime experience? Here's the picture of the meat. So they have some awesome pork shoulders, maybe for $5 total. Not a pound. That's it. You buy it. And I was like, man, I would buy all these and barbecue or something. And it was such a good price for the meats. I was just like, no wonder it's like half empty.
Wow.
And this is not cheap meat. This is stuff they serve in the restaurants, right? So, I mean, absolutely amazing. And so I got a few pictures. They have some of this stuff, like some kitchenwares, that blue design, which I've seen.
That's where I would spend all my money.
Yeah.
Kitchen stuff.
Had I driven, I would have bought a lot of that kitchen stuff, because I like all that stuff. And I like the little blue Mickey thing that has a little blue Mickey design. Looks like I don't know what you call that pattern, that blue pattern that they have on the dishes.
Like the Corel pattern?
Yeah, like the Corel pattern, kind of like that, but Mickey. And then they have these little things where you can put, they have like the Disney characters on top of the wood things, and it looks like a honeycomb. It's like a Winnie the Pooh theme thing. And yeah, it was really, and this is a picture that I have to the back room, which I wasn't allowed to go. When you go into Cast Connection, the cast member that you're with can only take 2 guests. And then in this particular back room, it's only for cast members. No guests were allowed. I don't know what was in there, but I was told it's like, you could get uniform pieces, Walt's frozen head. There was maybe some other pieces.
Were they carting at the door? They had to make sure you
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that dude right there, the guy in the blue right there. I don't know what that lady's doing. I think she's waiting for somebody in the bathroom. But the guy in the blue right there was checking apparently they're blue cards. They asked for blue cards, like, where's your blue card? And so they would check, and they would let you in. If they didn't let you in, it's like, you didn't have the blue card, you couldn't do it. Yeah, so it was pretty interesting, And from where my vantage point, I actually looked in from where the guy was, and I couldn't see much. I just saw like lanyards and a couple of stuff, but there's a bunch of stuff off to the left that I couldn't see. So that was interesting. And of course, to round out this tour, I took a picture of their bathrooms in Cast Connection. There's
Gotta
Goofy,
take a picture of the bathroom.
most important room in the place. There it is.
Were they as clean as Buc-ee's?
They were pretty dang clean, man.
Okay.
They were good. I would go in there if I had to go, but I was just so amazed by a bunch of stuff. I was just, searching for stuff. But yeah, that was my experience with Cast Connection. First and ever, never been there. My friend Becky, she used to work for the Disney store in Esplanade, I believe, and she used to tell me stories Becky, you remember Becky?
Yeah.
She used to tell me stories how she would go down there and she would go to Cast Connection because she could use her card and whatnot. And I was like, man, I've always heard of this place. I've never been in it. And so I got to go in it. I was like, this is kind of cool. I mean, you can't find a lot of like stuff that you may find in the parks because, a lot of the stuff that's there is things that maybe don't sell well. And so they just want to give it away kind of thing.
Like a Disney outlet.
Yeah, like it's basically a
Yeah.
Disney outlet, but just really.
That's true. It's not like you go into World of Disney and they have like a clearance section. Everything's full price. So this is where that stuff goes. The stuff that didn't move, or maybe like odds in it. They're down to like 3 or 4 pieces or whatever.
Or furniture, apparently, from like their rooms.
I was gonna say with the chairs, like maybe the thing was that they weren't crafted correctly because like y'all were pointing out how
could beat that too. Yeah,
so those outlet stores are always like that, like something that didn't quite make the cut of perfection it's supposed to. Yeah,
which if you didn't know, you probably never notice.
Right.
So who knows? Maybe those chairs, and that gives me hope because maybe somebody could ID those chairs.
We're gonna
design
find
it.
out.
I hope so,
I'll
man.
throw that in the picture in the group, and maybe you guys can check it out. But,
That'd be nice to have in the studio, man. We'll take a special trip.
Yeah. Maybe it's still there. So maybe it's a cast member or somebody can go. And if it's still there, we'll go grab them.
Because God knows the studio needs new chairs. Because I'm telling you,
And
these
more
guys
stuff.
have wrecked my chairs.
We're
sorry
kind of
about
heavy.
that.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a little thick.
Plus size.
But that was my quick jaunt down to Walt Disney World.
Quite a
Last
jaunt.
minute, yeah.
Quite a jaunt.
Got a lot of stuff done. It was fun. Got to see some new things I didn't expect to see.
I'm disappointed you didn't go to Typhoon Lagoon.
We thought about it and we ended up not doing it, and we'll just have to do it another time.
He had to fly the Falcon, though, sir.
The kids were happy with the pool, and it's like, okay, we'll go to the pool. And it's like, okay, we could save the money. And like I said, it wasn't the most financial greatest decision, but maybe we just do a week. And this is maybe how we do our family trips from now on. Maybe we don't stay the entire week. We just do quick jaunts like this, do one or two things, hit it and quit it and go.
That's what I've been telling my wife. I was like, we don't need to do a whole trip, like week-long trip. It's like we go down there, we catch whatever we hadn't catch up until that point, and then spend the rest of our time bouncing back and forth from resorts, checking out the water parks, that kind of thing.
Because there's so much to do outside of the parks.
Yeah.
And you could definitely, if you just wanted to relax, you could spend all day at the freaking resort and just drink your freaking lights out.
Yeah.
Oh, man, dude.
Go to the Christmas party or the Halloween party and call that your park day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would totally be down if like our podcast trips were like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Like I would be down with a Typhoon Lagoon / Bloody Mary tour for a weekend.
Let's make it happen, Captain.
Make it happen, man.
I like it.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. But we talk about all this, how with Disney being more expensive and money not being made. Maybe this is how my family trips to Disney will be from now on. It's quick little jaunts like this to do 1, 2 things, and that's it. Boom, we're back home. And the thing for me now is just experience for the kids. And it's like if I can find a good price for a flight now that they're used for flights, and we could do maybe a quick weekend somewhere. Maybe at the parks, maybe even one of the DVC resorts around the world, maybe Hawaii or something like that. Maybe that's how we do Disney now, just because it's gotten so freaking expensive.
It's so crazy to know that, when I was in my mid to late 20s, all the way in through my mid 30s, that we could always book a deluxe resort at any point in time we wanted to. And it was just a matter of just picking the resort and being able to go there and enjoy it and stuff like that. And now going there, it's like, I've been priced out of Disney deluxe resorts. I can't find a reason to continue to do this.
And we may not be the only ones that are experiencing this, but I think maybe there's some strategies that we can help our fellow Mohicans and Disney fans to still have that experience, but maybe not, maybe have it somewhat different than we did before. All booked through Lee, of course. But, we could do these quick jaunts or something like that and still get some of that magic back without putting us in bankruptcy,
That's the problem.
That's the problem, yeah, absolutely. So who knows? Maybe we get a series of touring shows on how to do Disney in this current marketplace or whatever, this current
when is the
financial
most
climate.
economically feasible time to book a deluxe resort?
Mm-hmm.
Something.
When to catch those ideal flights.
Yeah.
When to do all that kind of stuff. That may be our niche because that's where we're at, man.
Yeah, it sucks, but we are definitely there.
Yeah, we are definitely there. But so, guys, thank you for indulging me on my quick little jaunt, memory lane of my quick trip. And apologies to all the Mohicans down there that found out last minute that I was there and I didn't get a chance to visit, but it's okay. So
It was a jaunt.
It was a jaunt. It was a quick in and out, and that's what I explained to them. It's like, I didn't know you were here. I was like, I know. I was quick in and out, and I was back home.
They love you, don't
before
care.
you blink. Yeah, next time we'll maybe a little bit longer, and we'll prioritize making sure.
Kevin likes to
catch up with you
socialize
guys.
without his wife and kids, but with his wife and kids, Kevin's Mr. Family Man. He takes on that persona. He's not the freak you hear on the show on the weekend and week out
Oh,
basis.
yeah. No, I'm all about the kids and
Yeah.
making sure they have a good time.
Exactly.
And me too, but to an extent.
To an extent.
But thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed our show. And look, magicourway.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions and thoughts about anything you heard today, you can do so through the following ways. Number 1, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or you can call us and send us a text message. Yes, I did say text us at 1-815-MOWEEKEND. That is 1-815
Mo Weekend.
669-4226. And of course, we have a couple of guys that do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli Does Things with Comics.
Yeah, you can always go to my website, www.ivorycomics.com, and see the comic projects I have, such as Savages, The Molly Be Damned, and of course, Project Geisha. There's a link to this podcast so you never miss a beat, you never miss an episode. So always check out ivorycomics.com. Appreciate the support there. Facebook.com, you can find me at Eli H. Ivory. So as long as you're a real person, happy to hear from you. But if you're a bot, please get on out of there. I don't know. You stop sending me all the friend requests when you know you're not real. Project Geisha also has a Facebook page. So facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram, I'm there as well. eIvory504. Of course, on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So you appreciate the madness, then you're just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a quick vacation jaunt over the weekend to any of the Disney properties, you can do it through Lee of Magical Moments Vacations. Lee, tell them how to do this.
Just give me a call at 832-431-1621. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. On Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/Lost Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. On Instagram, you got a friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you got a friend in Lee. And if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no
Hasselvika!
In addition, there's so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Plus, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show. Any way which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we always love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So weekends, we say Kwaharini. My name is Kevin.
I'm Danny.
Magic out!
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
Skexus.
Hey, this is Eli from the Magic Our Way